Hello, Darwin musicians! I am so excited to be spending my Friday Jamboree with you all in my home while you're in yours. If you have an instrument at home that you can shake, or some drum that you can bang on for this next song, please pause the video and go get it right now. Amazing! I want us to all be singing as loud as we can for the hello song. Since we're not in the same room, make sure that I can hear you all the way from your home while I'm in mine. Stand up and sing along.
This is such a happy day. Our music friends have come to play with Mozart now
And Beethoven Bear.
Friends have come from far and near to hear the music we will make today. Hello, hello, it's music time today. We're glad you're here. It's time to sing and play. Let's clap our hands, stamp our feet, turn around, touch the ground. Hello, hello, it's music time today. We're glad you're here. It's time to sing and play. Woo!
Amazing job, everybody. I think I heard some of you singing along with me all the way from your homes. That's incredible. I can't wait until we're all in the same room to sing the hello song together again. Well, today for our Friday Jamboree, I have something a little different in store. I figured since the nature of our classes are very different right now, it might be fun to switch things up. So, this takes a little bit of setup. But today I have a story to tell you. It is one of my favorite music stories that I remember hearing when I was just about some of your ages. This is a story about a ballet and an orchestra piece of music that caused so much controversy when it first came out. The name of this ballet is called The Rite of Spring. It was composed by a Russian composer by the name of Igor Stravinsky. Now, Igor Stravinsky had made some other ballets with the Ballet Russes, the company that The Rite of Spring was created for, and they were really successful. However, when The Rite of Spring first came out, it caused mass hysteria inside the performance. There was a near riot during the show. However, just almost 1 year later, they did the same music at another place in Paris. And after that show, the audience cheered and roared and carried him out of the theater in triumph. So how do you think we got from a near riot to carrying someone out in triumph? Well, to figure that out together today, I thought it might be interesting to learn a little bit more about Igor Stravinsky himself. Stravinsky was a young and pretty unknown composer when he was hired to compose for the Ballet Russes. He had written music for 2 successful ballets, the Firebird and the Petrushka. For this third ballet, he worked with many artists to create a very beautiful but a dark and sort of scary story. So after a lot of collaboration, many conversations with costume designers, choreographers, he finally knew it was time for him to compose his music. So to do this, he traveled all the way through the mountains, all the way to Switzerland, where he stayed in a tiny room. The room was said to be only 8 by 8 feet big. So this room was so tiny that it could barely fit any furniture in there. All he had was a stand-up piano and a bench and himself. So there, over the winter, he worked effortlessly on the Rite of Spring, composing and writing in his tiny room while it was snowing outside in the mountains. And back to work he went. Worked so hard. And then finally, winter had passed and it was finished. Well, after that, plus 2 years of really intense workshops and rewrites and lots of rehearsals. But then it was ready for the world. The day was finally here. There was so much anticipation for the show. This show had sold more tickets than any year before at the Ballet Russes. Crowds of people began to excitedly hurry to their seats. The curtain rose. The music began. And in just the introduction, just the first few notes, there was already a disturbance in the air. The audience had never heard music like this. The music had weird time signatures, and the different instruments created dissonance. Weird sounds that didn't sound like they went together rather than beautiful, glorious harmonies that they were all used to. The dancing itself was not what they were used to also. It was not beautiful and graceful choreography, but rather harsh, jagged, jumping movements that made loud noises. The music and the dancing was all so shocking to the audience that they created an uproar. The reaction built and built until there was a near riot. His work for the past several months had gotten pretty harsh reviews, such as, "The idea was excellent, but overall not good." Or, "We feel bad that Stravinsky made something so terrible." And this is the work of a madman, like someone who had locked themselves away in a closet and wrote this all winter long. It was a rough several months for Stravinsky. All of his life's work shattered in front of him. That wasn't until just 1 year later. The Rite of Spring got one more chance to make its debut. One more chance to prove that it wasn't a joke, that it wasn't written by a madman. There was one more performance scheduled in Paris, the same city where the first performance had taken place. The theater started to fill with crowds of people, eagerly awaiting to hear the performance from the infamous sounds of the horrific ballet. Was it going to create another riot? Was this Igor Stravinsky's last chance to prove that he was worthy? Was this it for them? Was this it for everybody? But it was a huge success. The crowd cheered and they roared and they even carried Stravinsky out of the theater. So that's my story for all of you today. I'm playing part of Rite of Spring right now. It is definitely a very unique piece of music. And a lot of people talk about this story. Why was it that after a year, this piece of music was so well received when the first time people heard it, they got outraged and they rioted and they couldn't stand it? So I want you to talk about it at home with your parents, or maybe you already have some ideas right now. Some ideas that I have is that the second time they did the performance, there were no ballerinas. So maybe not having such intense imagery with the beautiful, intense music made it a little bit easier for everybody to just listen to and enjoy. Or maybe people couldn't wait to see and hear the the music that made people outrageous and almost riot. Maybe that's why people loved it, because of the story that this music had created. So I have 2 tasks for you now. The first task is to tell me why you think it did so well 1 year later. What are your ideas? And the second thing I want you to do is see if you can listen to this music at home, and if you can listen to The Rite of Spring and get a reaction video of what you thought of the music and share that on Homeroom, you can all receive 1 ticket. This doesn't just go to Jamboree students. If you're in my violin class and you want to listen to The Rite of Spring and get a reaction video, tell me, do you think that you had any of these people's faces? Well, I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on The Rite of Spring. You know, I think that we should end class doing 1 more song. So who can guess if Miss Caitlin's gonna get the right song up the first time? I feel pretty good about it today. I'm gonna go ahead and set up. Let's all take a second to stand up. Let's wake our legs up. We just had a nice, good story time. Now you can have a snack after this, or do an art project, or maybe some of you still have homework to do at home, which would be such a bummer. But for right now, let's all stand up, and let's see if we can sing along with me at home. Ooh. Miss Caitlin's always doing this. It's like we're really in class together.
Love to visit old
And guess what? I didn't get the right track up the first time. See, nothing has changed. I know it seems like things are very different, but this would happen in class. I'm no different over camera than I am in
The do-re-mi tapping song.
the do-re-mi tapping song, everybody.
For do, your tummy for re, and your chest for me. First it's my turn, and then it's yours. Here we go.
Okay, everybody. Sing it loud so I can hear you. I can tap my knees.
I can tap my knees.
I can call it do-do-do.
I can call it do-do-do.
I can tap my tummy.
I can tap my tummy.
I can call it ray-ray-ray.
I can call it re-re-re.
I can tap my chest.
I can tap my chest.
I can call it me.
Call it me.
Tap a do-re-mi and a mi-re-do.
Tap a do-re-mi and a mi-re-do.
I can tap my knees.
I can tap my knees.
I can call it do-do-do.
I can call it do-do-do.
I can tap my tummy.
I can tap my tummy.
I can call it ray-ray-ray.
I can call it re-re-re.
I can tap my chest.
I can tap my chest.
I can call it me.
I can call it me.
Tap a do-re-mi and a mi-re-do.
Tap a do-re-mi and a mi-re-do.
Awesome, guys. I definitely heard you all singing along with that song at home. Please comment your reaction videos on Homeroom. I cannot wait to see your beautiful faces again. Until then, keep listening to music, keep practicing music, and have a beautiful rest of your day.